Welcome back to On the Beat, everyone. I'm your host, Rachel Hurt, and today in the studio we have two of our favorite guests from Gastroenterology Associates, Dr. Ricky Johnston and Dr. William Gillespie. The last time we talked about colonoscopies, and today we're going to learn about some alternatives for colon cancer screenings. Welcome back, guys.
Thank you.
It's good to see you. Okay, besides the colonoscopy, tell us about some alternative screening options for colon cancer.
There's been a few different ones throughout the years. There were CTs and blood tests and things like that, but the only ones that are really approved right now and recommended are stool-based testing. There's two of them. One is a FIT test and one is a Cologuard.
What are the advantages of those?
Yeah, well, you don't have to do the prep is probably the big one for most people.
Gotcha.
So convenience, you know, for not having to take off from work and go through the prep process and, you know, come in for an appointment and all that. You can do it kind of at the, you know, privacy of your own home. So those are probably some of the advantages. Also, you can do them more frequently. Colonoscopies we generally do every 3 to 5 years if you've had polyps, maybe every 10 years if you don't. Those other tests are done a little bit more frequently. And they, you know, some people find them more palatable, I guess, or acceptable.
What about disadvantages to those types of screenings?
They're not as effective is the biggest one. So, you know, Cologuard, and for instance, we can talk some more about it a little bit later. Its sensitivity for finding colon cancer is much lower than us doing a colonoscopy. You have false positives too. So, which means if you have a positive test that shows up on the stool test, and then you come for a colonoscopy, which turns out to be negative. So that's a disadvantage as well. But I think the biggest one is just they don't work as well.
I gotcha.
And another important point is that none of these are preventative. You know, colonoscopies
Very good point.
Prevent colon cancer because
Right.
you're removing the polyp, so you never get colon cancer. Whereas these tests are detecting something that's already there, at which point it may be pretty late in stage.
And also, if you have a positive result from one of those tests, guess what?
You're still going to have a colonoscopy, right?
Exactly.
So that's, probably just go ahead and get that done.
That's our thinking.
And the preventative is so important, like you said. So the Cologuard, I see it on TV all the time. Tell me more about it.
It's what's called a stool-based DNA test. So some of the older stool testing was based on trying to detect microscopic amounts of blood in your stool, and then that might prompt a further evaluation with a colonoscopy. Well, the Cologuard's a newer technology that actually looks for DNA in your stool that's being shed either by cancer or by advanced polyps. So, again, you can do it in your home, but you have to collect a whole bowel movement, basically. Sure. You have to do some mixing with the solution they send you, and you mail it back into their facilities to have it tested. And then if it comes back positive, then you would come have a colonoscopy.
Do y'all ever recommend that to a patient?
I mean, there are certain patients where maybe they can't undergo a colonoscopy. Maybe they have too many other medical problems to be put to sleep. There's a lot of patients where stool-based testing is preferable over colonoscopy. But if you're willing and able to get a colonoscopy, it's, like we said, it's the only preventative test, and it's the best test for detecting these things. And colon cancer is entirely preventable as long as we do the appropriate screening. So, there are certain patients that we would recommend those tests in, although, colonoscopy is the best.
Yeah.
One important thing, if you do have any sort of risk factors for colon cancer, like family history, you should get a colonoscopy and not one of these stool-based tests because you have a higher risk of colon cancer, higher risk of polyps, and all of those things. And these stool tests are not really indicated.
Thorough
And
enough.
also, if you're having symptoms too, if you're having any symptoms at all, Cologuard's really not an appropriate
You skip
option.
that
And
step.
we wanted to talk about that a little bit today because we've seen a lot of patients come in our office these days who are either asking about it or they've had it done, and maybe for some of these reasons that we just talked about, probably not the best choice.
Right. Yeah. Sounds like prevention is key. Starting early. I think the new age is 45,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
So we need to come in, stay on that track for preventative medicine and not try to put a Band-Aid on something that's too late to treat. If you guys want to know more about colonoscopies, treatment options, and get in the care of these good doctors, everything's up on the screen to contact their office to make your appointment. They're going to take great care of you. And we'll be back right after this short break.